Quack-a-doodle-doo, what is up fellow birds of the spiral? It's your friend and pal Fearsome here with a strategy overview for Wing Chun and his crown shop counterpart Wu Tang. So we'll be having a look at promotion, setup, what class is best to purchase them on, anything else, and at the end we'll finish up with some screenshots and some fan art, just to make things fun. Yeah, so let's get right into this. First, you can't actually get Wing Chun unless you are a Musketeer. Now there is a crown shop counterpart, as I mentioned before, called Wu Tang, which you can buy for roughly 6,000 crowns. So if you got crowns, you can purchase this guy on your other pirates, other than Musketeer. So let's have a look at the promotions. First off, we have level 1, Crane Student. Level 13, we have Crane Disciple, and level 46, we have Crane Master. Currently, those are the only promotions in the game, so we only have 2 promotions. Alright, so what class is Wu Tang best to buy for? So, if you were to pick one class you were to buy Wu Tang for, it would definitely be Buccaneer, and here's why. Buccaneers, with that 10% accuracy buff, you add that to Tide, that's basically a Zeal. So you can basically have a Zeal for 10 turns. Usually not that long, but still, it's pretty OP to have a buff that lasts that long. And also, you have the heal. Now, he could be good for Swashbuckler. I wouldn't say he's all that great for other classes, but he's fairly decent. At any rate, that's my advice as far as buying for. Buy him on Buccaneer. I wouldn't necessarily advise you to buy him on any other classes. Next, we'll have a quick look at the best setups for Wing Chun. Now, different people disagree on this, so yeah, I'll probably show you a couple. Alright, I'm on my Buccaneer here. Here's a look at Wu Tang. Pretty much the same thing for Wu Tang as Wing Chun, so I thought I'd have a look at this one because I like the way mine is set up on my Buccaneer, not so much my Musketeer. I never got around to resetting my Musketeers Wing Chun. I meant to do that, but once again, I don't really use Wing Chun very much on my Musketeer. So here's my Buccaneer. Here's my current setup I've got for my epic abilities: Riposte 2, Relentless 2, and I have Bladestorm 3. Now there are several different setups for Wu Tang depending on how you plan on using him. There is the Witch Hunter setup where you can swap out either a Bladestorm or a Riposte for a Witch Hunter. I guess it's good for versing Witch Doctors and, I don't know, Soul Shroud. I never really found that useful myself, but there are some good players who have found it useful, so you might want to look into that a little bit more. There's also the Repel Borders 3 epic ability setup where you just do Repel Borders 3, Relentless 2, and of course the Riposte that Wu Tang and Wing Chun already come with. So I've seen all 3 setups, and a lot of great players have used them really effectively. Alright, so here's a look at the talents. Definitely want to go with Tough 4 and Accurate 4, and then you have Rough 4. Now, as far as Dodgy goes, I would say you have the option to go into Dodgy 4. I went to Dodgy 4 because I have Double Riposte. Or you can go into Spirited 4. And then you leave whatever you have left behind into either of them. So if I went to Dodgy 4, of course, the last talent would be, of course, Spirited. So those are my talents and my epic abilities. Is pretty much how I have them set up. Again, as I mentioned before, the Call to Arms is really useful. That Rally is really useful. Mostly useful for Bucks and Swashbucklers, but I mean, there are other classes, like, I don't know, Privateer doesn't really need it. I don't know, I really have to think on that. I'm pretty sure only Buccaneers and Swashbucklers are pretty much the only people who will ever find this companion use. But at any rate, that's pretty much it. Alrighty, so we're here on the battle board. I'm going to go ahead and show you Wu Tang's movement range. He has a movement range of 4.5, so that means he can move 4 squares. You can move one of those squares diagonally. So a diagonal square is worth 1.5 squares. As you can see right here, do the math. 1.5, 3, 4.5. So that's 4.5 squares of movement for Wu Tang. So this is pretty much it for Wu Tang. You guys see how he's set up, all of his good attributes. So yeah. Alright, that's pretty much it for Wu Tang and Wing Chun. Hopefully you guys thought this video was helpful and entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Other than that, enjoy the screenshots and fan art. I will see you guys some other time around the spiral, and peace out for now.
You were listening to